Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are doing a Q&A. We have some good questions today for both of us.
And he will not be answering any questions though.
He'll probably talk a lot though.
Hi, I'm Truett.
He's got like probably 10 minutes before he's like really ready for a nap, so we'll see. Okay, this first one is, if you guys could move anywhere in the US or the world, where would it be?
Love Texas, and I actually fell in love with your home state of Arizona.
Arizona or Florida. As for other countries,
Oh wow.
I have no idea. I haven't really been to a ton of other countries, but maybe Canada. I would say
Canada.
like something the most
You hate the
similar to
cold.
the U.S. Yeah, it's true.
It'd probably be like the
Okay.
Bahamas.
Yes, the Cayman Islands, like some random like warm sunny place. That is
You
true.
like that?
Okay, did you have a girl name picked out? Care to share? Yes, and we still have it, and we still may use it, so we're not gonna share. We were sure that he was a girl. For some reason, both of us. We didn't even have a boy name. So when we found out he was a boy, we're like, are you sure?
But we were really excited because we did
Of
want a boy.
course. And now we can't picture not having a little boy as our first.
Yeah.
But it was shocking because for some reason we thought it was a girl. So we have that name and we're gonna save it. Any fun fall traditions for your family?
Sweet little family.
Sweet little family.
Thank you.
Sorry. Not yet.
This is our second fall together. Our friends have a corn maze.
A farm and stuff
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like a farm. So we always do that every fall. We'll go there as a family.
I always like to make these pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. I will say that's kind of a tradition because so far I've done it 2 years in a row.
Yeah, it's good.
But they're so good. So for me, it's more of like the candles and the foods and things like that. We haven't really started, like we don't go to a pumpkin patch every year or something like that.
No.
Maybe we will someday. Does Jed like to cook for you?
I can cook like mac and cheese, but Katie knows I'm terrible at following recipes. Yeah.
I'm not really a great cook either. So like if
No, you're
you
amazing.
had this like revelation of wanting to become a cook, I would say, okay.
No, you're an
That's great with
amazing
me.
cook, and you know it.
You grill. You can grill and smoke
like to grill.
meat and all of that. So that's great. Katie, coming from a small size family, what are your thoughts of having a big family? I think I have always just been around a lot of people and I'm kind of a people person. So for me, it's not intimidating at all. And that was another question too, is like, is it weird having so many in-laws and like coming into a big family? Not at all. Like, I don't think there was ever a spot where I'm like, this is so different. I don't know. I'm just kind of used to people. And so it's like, it's just people. I mean, yeah, a lot of them live in the same house, but I don't know. I feel like I got used to it. Is that a boring one?
How is he sleeping? Yeah, I'm sleeping really well. Thank you.
Early on, people would be like, how is he sleeping through the night? Like, how much does he get up? And then Jed would answer and be like, oh, he's sleeping great. And I'm like, excuse me?
I was always used to stuff around us happening, so I would sleep
Yeah.
through anything.
I feel like part of that is just mom versus dad. Like, whoever came up with the phrase sleeps like a baby, I think it should be sleeps like a dad, because dads sleep through everything.
But he is sleeping well now.
Yes, he is sleeping great. He was going through a little regression, but right now he's sleeping great. We've got him in his own room. He's loving it. So,
Okay, I'm gonna put him down. Take a little break.
bye, buddy. Have a good sleep. I love you. So this is kind of like a double question. So someone asked, how often do you guys have disagreements? And someone else is asking tips on how to handle disagreements.
It does take humility of hearing the other person out, not talking over them or feeling like you have the only way. You
Yeah.
know?
I think there's probably things we disagree on every day. Wouldn't you agree? But it's just a matter of like, how escalated do you let it get? And like you said, if you let the other person talk, and for me, that is like not just thinking about what I want to say, but like truly listening. And even if we still end up disagreeing at the end, that's okay. Like most of the time, it's like little things that don't even matter. And I think diversity in a marriage is good. Like, I'm glad that you don't think exactly like me, you know? Because I need your perspective and you need mine. So this is for you. Do you think about running for public office again?
So right now, where I am in life, I'm just enjoying where God has me. I've got a great wife, great little family, and just enjoying business. I'm still active in politics, I do watch it a lot. I try to help out local candidates.
What was the hardest part of adjusting from just having you two to having baby True? I feel like we're still adjusting. Wouldn't you agree? This thing is just like making sure we have time for each other and that we make it a priority. It probably helps that he's not sleeping in our room anymore and like we can have more of those conversations at night and stuff.
Just talking a lot more, spending that quality time together.
We have to be intentional. Before, it just happened because it was just us. And now it's like, okay, he needs us, like he depends on us for everything, and that's great. So but we also have to be more intentional about our relationship because that's
right.
important. Okay, this one's probably mainly for you. What is the biggest misconception of your family?
Oh, you're brainwashed. Your parents control you. You're all gonna have probably the same number of kids or have a lot of kids. I'm definitely not brainwashed. I have a mind of my own.
So do I.
My dad will sometimes we'll have a argument, disagreements where we'll just talk things out, and it's healthy. Like that's really good.
Every family does.
My dad is a very humble man. My mom as well. She's just the sweetest thing ever. I've got some amazing parents. Are they? They aren't perfect. I know that, but I love them for who they are, and so I'm really grateful for my parents. The upbringing that I had, of course, it wasn't perfect, and I think a lot of people are seeing that now. Like it's not. My parents for a long time. Every time they would speak, every time they opened their mouth, they would say, "We are not a perfect family." Now the world, of course, is seeing that.
Really big misconception is that like no one has a mind of their own, and these things are like forced on them, and it's like we're actually happy. Like we love our lives, and we make our own choices, and some of them are going to be similar to both of our parents, and some will be different, and the same will happen with our kids too, and that's just the process of life.
Because throughout our whole life, that's what it's about, is whether you're in business, whether you're at home, whether you're with your extended family, it's not about are you going to have differences. It's about, really when and how you're going to deal with those things.
So the number one question that we were asked kind of goes off of that is family size. How many kids do you want? And I think it makes sense because of course when you come from such a huge family, people automatically ask, okay, are you gonna have 19? How many are you gonna have? That's just like an obvious, but it's different for each couple where they feel like God has them. We just want to make the most of our time with him right now, and then when we have another one, great. Like we love kids and we would love to have a bunch of kids, but that doesn't mean that like our whole life is focused on how many, and like it doesn't mean that having this many is better than this many. It's just, what are you going to do with the kids that you have? What's your number one tip for cultivating a healthy marriage? We are newlyweds. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. That was not too long ago for us.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, why are we giving marriage advice? The biggest thing I've learned is the importance of communication and appreciation. That someone shared with us before we got married was ask each other each night, is there anything on your heart? Anything you want to talk about, and just opening that up, that's really helpful because then we know, even if we didn't have a bunch of time throughout the day to talk, that's our time to share our hearts with each other, just get it off and not allow there to be anything that like builds up.
Yeah, and then they also said, is there any way I can pray for you? Yeah. And I think those two questions, is there anything in your heart? And then, or is there any way I can pray for you? Or how can I pray for you? Praying together each day, I feel like is one of the greatest things you can do for your marriage.
Other thing was appreciation. And I feel like that's something that is easy to do at first, but then you kind of lose over time if you don't keep it up. Just appreciating the little things, like, thanks for getting me water. Thanks for, providing for us. Thanks for whatever, both ways. Just like every little thing, like just showing that appreciation. Don't take anything for granted. Because I mean, it's every little thing that the other person does for you, that's a gift. Like, you can't just expect it, otherwise you're gonna be disappointed. Are you going to have any pets?
Well, before we had little Truett, I actually was wanting to get a dog.
He wanted a dog and a newborn, and I'm like, that's like me having 2 newborns, because a puppy. No. What was your wedding theme, and who were the bridesmaids? So I don't think we had a theme. Our engagement period was actually only 6 weeks, which is kind of crazy, and people are like shocked when I tell them that. But that's all we needed. Honestly, all the preparations were done in 4 weeks. I feel like both of us were pretty laid back. We're like, sure, no, yes, like, and then his family had so many connections already. Like, we already had a lady to do the food and like people to help with certain things. And so it made it really simple, but I don't think I had a theme. It was an outdoor wedding, which we prayed for.
So it was an outdoor
weather.
theme, right?
It was a nature theme. Yeah. How many bridesmaids and groomsmen did we have? 11 or did we have 9?
I don't remember.
Maybe we had 9. I don't know. What are the chances of you guys having twins in the future?
I'm a twin, guys.
Yeah.
So
You're a fraternal twin, which, like, my knowledge of genetics and biology and whatever might be totally off, but like, fraternal twins are hereditary, but identical or not. So like, you have the twin gene, but according to what I've heard, it has to come from me. It doesn't matter that you're a twin. But
and they
I've
say
also,
it skips a generation.
Yes, they say that too.
I don't know.
I have twins in my family though. On both my mom's side and my dad's side, there are twins. Of course you're a twin, but I don't know if that makes a difference. Is it a relief to no longer have all your family business on TV?
People are always going to find ways to make a news story or whatever. I don't know what their intentions are, but I feel like that's going to be there for a while, just because
the family business is still out there, even though there's not.
It was so neat. We got to travel around. We got to do a lot of fun things. That was just awesome. We got to be ourselves because it was reality. It wasn't like we were acting or anything like that. So that was really cool. We knew all of the film crew by name, and a lot of those guys, like even Scott, our producer, he was with us since the beginning, and he was the cameraman and became the producer. It was special, and yeah, but it was just a season of life, and so I'm loving this season just as much and more than I did even back then.
Do you think that you will homeschool? As of now, that's our plan. Of course, we've got many years until we're at that spot. I kind of had a taste of both. You were always homeschooled. I went to public school until high school, and then I was homeschooled. So I literally, actually, most of my life was in public school. There's just so much time, passing between classes and like announcements and like certain, things. It just adds up and takes up your entire day. Whereas when you homeschool, you have so much flexibility where you can, go do activities as a family, and you can learn about things, and you can have that quality time, and then also have the education part. I think that's huge. I'm really grateful we have the freedom to do that, and so that's what our plan is. How are you all doing with Josh's situation?
Yeah, it's been a really hard, probably one of the hardest things for our family. Of course, a lot of you have seen, the headlines and all these things, and it does sadden us. My oldest brother, his decisions, things that he's done, and it's a very sensitive spot, I know, in our family.
Everyone's probably dealt with it differently.
Especially with, Anna, their kiddos, and just try to be there for them as much as we can. Be there for our other family members. Just, I think spending time together as a family is important too. Talking about things and just being there, being present. And so I feel like that's our main purpose right now, is just how can we show love to our family, as we know that each one's it's just a hard time. We're going to go through challenges in life. And so it's just, I feel like a lot of it's just learning how to deal with those challenges when they come up, and having humility.
We're all learning.
Yeah. Well, the last question.
That's it.
Yeah.
How do you feel being married to me?
Ooh, I love being married to this girl. It's
That is a
amazing.
joke.
No, but I'll answer it. I want the world to know. I am married to one of the most amazing women in the whole world. And I guess before being married, I didn't know you as well as I do now. The more I get to know you, the more I love.
And you're still here.
I know, I love you, and it's just
I agree.
awesome.
I feel like, I mean, we knew enough to know that we wanted to get married, but there's so much, like just the daily things that we've learned in this past year and a half. It's been great.
And it's
We
so
have a lot of
neat
fun
seeing
together.
her as a mom and just the love that she gives to Truett, and like, I don't
That's
know, she
fun.
does so much for our little family. It's amazing.
You do too.
And she's a good cook. Don't let her fool you guys. She's an amazing
You know
cook.
what we had for dinner last night? Frozen pizza. And
Hey.
you baked it.
I know, I was giving you a break though. I said, hey, I'll cook the food. So when I cook the food, it's gonna be something really easy that I can't mess up.
Yeah.
And I can't mess that up. But guys, thanks so much for watching again.
This
and
is
we
fun.
enjoy getting to share with you guys. And we just hope everything we share is gonna be an encouragement to the families out there, the young people, that you would just give God your lives, let Him lead and guide you in everything you do. And just know there's gonna be hard times in life. It's not gonna be just butterflies and sunny days. There's gonna be those hard times, those rainy days. Just know when you go through those days, if you have Jesus in your life, He'll get you through whatever life throws at you. So we love you guys, and we'll talk with you later.
See you next time.